the real reason you procrastinate, and the no BS solution. Procrastination is one of the most talked about problems in the modern world, yet almost everything people believe about it is wrong. We're told procrastination means laziness, or lack of discipline, or poor time management. That's why most advice feels useless, because it treats procrastination as a productivity issue, when it's actually a psychological one. If procrastination were about laziness, you wouldn't procrastinate on things that matter to you, but you do. People procrastinate on studying for their future, building their dreams, improving their health, and creating meaningful work. Clearly, something deeper is going on. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Procrastination is not a time problem. It's an emotional protection mechanism. Procrastination is your brain trying to help you. Your brain's primary job is not success or achievement. Its primary job is survival and comfort. When a task creates discomfort, uncertainty, fear, or mental strain, your brain labels it as a threat. When that happens, your brain doesn't ask whether the task is important. It asks one question only: how do we make this feeling go away right now? The answer is avoidance. That's why procrastination often looks like scrolling, eating, sleeping, cleaning, or suddenly becoming productive at everything, except the thing you actually need to do. These behaviors are not random. They are emotional escape routes. Procrastination is not self-sabotage. It's self-protection, just badly aimed. Why willpower always fails. Most people try to beat procrastination with willpower. They tell themselves to just do it, push harder, or be disciplined. This works for a short time, then collapses. Willpower is a limited resource. It weakens under stress, fatigue, hunger, emotional pressure, and decision overload. Modern life drains willpower constantly, which is why relying on it is a losing strategy. If willpower were enough, procrastination wouldn't be a global problem. The issue isn't effort. The issue is resistance. Procrastination is emotional, not logical. Your brain runs on two systems. One system is logical, slow, and long-term. It understands goals, consequences, and future rewards. The other system is emotional, fast, and short-term. It wants comfort, safety, and immediate relief. Procrastination happens when the emotional system hijacks decision-making. You know logically that finishing the task will help you, but emotionally the task feels heavy, confusing, boring, risky, or overwhelming. The emotional brain wins because it reacts faster. That's why no amount of logic fixes procrastination. You don't procrastinate because you don't understand the benefits. You procrastinate because you're trying to escape a feeling. The real emotions behind procrastination. Procrastination almost always hides one or more of these emotions. Fear of failure. If you don't start, you can't fail. Delay protects your self-image. Fear of judgment. Starting means your work can be seen, criticized, or rejected. Fear of success. Success brings pressure, expectations, and responsibility. Staying stuck feels safer. Overwhelm. When a task feels too big or unclear, your brain freezes. Perfectionism. If it can't be done perfectly, your brain prefers not to start at all. Boredom. Low stimulation tasks lose against instant dopamine alternatives. Until you address the emotion, productivity techniques won't work. Why important tasks trigger more procrastination. People procrastinate most on the tasks that matter most. This feels backwards, but it makes sense psychologically. Important tasks carry emotional weight. They are tied to identity, self-worth, future outcomes, and personal meaning. That emotional load increases pressure, which increases avoidance. That's why people delay. Studying for exams, starting creative projects, launching businesses, improving health, making life-changing decisions. The more something matters, the scarier it feels to start. To dopamine and the comfort trap. Procrastination thrives in high dopamine environments. Your brain constantly chooses between two options: effort with delayed reward or comfort with instant reward. Phones, social media, entertainment, junk food, and constant stimulation provide immediate dopamine with zero effort. Deep work offers delayed rewards with high effort. When dopamine is cheap and everywhere, effort feels painful. Every time you escape a task with distraction, your brain learns that avoidance works. This strengthens the habit and makes future resistance stronger. Procrastination is reinforced, not relieved by distraction. The nobiest truth about motivation. Motivation is not something you wait for. Motivation is something that follows action. Most people think they need to feel ready before starting. This is the biggest lie procrastination tells. Readiness comes after movement, not before it. Action reduces fear, action creates clarity, action generates motivation. Waiting to feel motivated keeps you stuck. The real solution: reduce resistance, not effort. Here's the solution that actually works, but doesn't sound impressive. You don't need to work harder. You need to make starting easier. Your brain resists starting, not doing. The moment you begin, resistance drops sharply. The hardest part of any task is the first step. So instead of asking, "How do I finish this?" ask, "How do I make starting feel safe?" Shrink the task until your brain agrees. Big goals trigger fear. Small actions calm the nervous system. Not write the chapter, just open the document. Not study for hours, just read one paragraph. Not get fit, just put on workout clothes. When the task feels small, the emotional brain stops fighting. Momentum begins naturally. Separate starting from performing. Another major procrastination trap is demanding quality too early. Your job at the beginning is not to do great work. Your job is to do bad work on purpose. Messy, imperfect, low-quality starts are how progress begins. When you remove the pressure to perform, your brain relaxes. You can't edit a blank page. You can't improve what doesn't exist. Use time to create safety. Instead of open-ended work, use short, defined time blocks. Tell yourself you'll work for 10 or 20 minutes, then stop. This reduces emotional threat. The brain feels safe knowing there's an exit. Often, once you start, you'll continue. But even if you stop, you win because consistency matters more than intensity. Rebuilding trust with yourself. Procrastination damages self-trust. Every delay sends a message: I don't follow through. The solution isn't massive productivity. It's small promises kept daily. One completed task restores confidence more than motivation ever will. Self-trust is built through evidence, not intention. Make procrastination boring. The more emotional energy you attach to procrastination, the stronger it becomes. Stop calling yourself lazy. Stop dramatizing delay. Stop turning procrastination into a personal identity. Treat it like data. Ask calmly, what am I avoiding and why? This removes shame, which is fuel for procrastination. Design a life that reduces resistance. Your environment shapes your behavior more than discipline ever will. If distraction is easy, procrastination will thrive. If focus is easy, progress will follow. Remove friction from starting. Add friction to distractions. You don't need more self-control, you need better systems. The final truth about procrastination. Procrastination is not your enemy. It's a signal, a message from your mind, trying to tell you something important about yourself and the way you work. It's not a failure, and it's not laziness. It's your brain highlighting where fear lives, where resistance has taken root, and where emotional safety is missing. It tells you where fear lives. Sometimes that fear is obvious. Fear of failing, fear of judgment, fear of looking incompetent. Other times it's more subtle. Fear of success, fear of responsibility, fear of changing who you think you are. Procrastination shines a light on these hidden fears so you can finally see them and start to work through them. It shows you where your identity is being challenged. The tasks you delay are often the very ones that force you to confront who you are or who you want to become. Starting that project, writing that page, or making that call may feel uncomfortable because it pushes against the version of yourself you've been holding on to. Procrastination is the emotional resistance that tries to keep your current identity intact. It reveals where emotional safety is missing. Your brain is wired to avoid pain, discomfort, and uncertainty. Procrastination is simply your brain signaling that it doesn't feel safe to start. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do the task. It just means you need to create conditions where starting feels manageable, controlled, and emotionally safe. When you stop fighting procrastination and start understanding it, its power fades. Instead of seeing it as a personal failure, you begin to see it as information, a clue to what's really going on inside your mind. Awareness itself reduces the fear that fuels delay. The more you observe procrastination without judgment, the less control it has over you. And the solution isn't pressure. Pressure intensifies fear, which intensifies procrastination. The solution is progress, one small step at a time. Every tiny action reduces fear, builds confidence, and chips away at the resistance that has held you back for far too long. Start small, start imperfectly, and watch how momentum transforms what once felt impossible into something achievable.